Never in the history of Cappadocia. Hey, Ty Bazan dropped this out the Evening Star, Washington, D.C., May 1st, 1936. Man, they messing with the stratosphere. This is called the stratosphere photo showing Earth's curvature, man. Yeah, I know. I know. First, I just need you to appreciate that they submitted this as proof of the Earth's curvature, man. Apparently, this is a view taken at elevation 72,395 feet during the flight of the balloon Explorer 2, Explorer 2, which started at Rapid City, South Dakota, under auspices of the National Geographic Capri of Cappadocia, man. Okay, it's supposed to be horizon from 333 miles away, with true horizontal shown by the straight black line at top of the Earth's curvature rising above it. So the straight black line is supposed to represent the true horizon because they drew a straight black line, boss. And this little white piece coming out of it is supposed to be the curvature of the Earth rising above the perfectly flat, straight horizon. Now, at first you have to say, would you get a flat horizon on a ball? Could it ever be a flat horizon? But this was supposed to represent proof, my naga. This was stratosphere proof, man. Proving the Earth's curvature, man. 72,395 feet. Looking down over South Dakota, Indiana, all that. You see the White River. And a straight black line with some white light coming from the top of it is proof. A straight black line at the top and the Earth's curvature rising above it. Damn. The dark area in the upper part of the photograph marks the stratosphere. Yeah, man. I can't make this stuff up, man. Can't make this up, man. This was their proof. Were we at 1935 still? The Sunday Star. Hey, Ty Battle popping off, man. I'm going to pick it up from right here. The stratosphere is only one part of our new frontier that lies above our heads, but one of the least explored. It can be thought of as a shell of very thin, cold air completely surrounding the Earth. A shell, okay, just pay attention to the keywords. A shell, right? A shell of cold air over the United States. It begins about 7 miles above the Earth. But over the equator, it begins about 10 miles up. So the stratosphere would seem like it's closer over America than it is over the equator. Kind of like a round dome, this is interesting. It also explains why America is so important to these vortexes, and the proximities. All right. The sun shines more brightly in the stratosphere than it ever does on Earth. And there are practically no clouds or storms there. The blanket of air, the blanket, right? The blanket. First you got a shell, now you got a blanket that surrounds our Earth. It's like a roof that shelters a man in a storm. Whoa, whoa, whoa. See, a roof ain't surrounding no ball. You you don't put roof and ball together unless you're putting on a hat. But they're throwing a roof around here now. You know, like a canopy. HaWah said, I spread it out like a tent, like a canopy. They're throwing keywords in here, man. Shell, blanket, roof that shelters a man in a storm. It sounds like a firmament, right? It enables him to live in comfort, but makes it difficult to know what is happening outside. So they want to get through it, right? The Stratosphere Balloon Explorer 2 will seek to rise 14 miles or more. Sound like Nimrod, sound like the Tower of Babel. They want to rise above it. Why you think all these trees got cut down? That made it easy for them, these trees. Yeah, they had to cut them down. Why? I said, nah. And they over here trying to tap into the firmaments, man. It's only 7 miles up. Oh, man. So they seek to rise 14 miles or more, not so much to set an altitude record as to penetrate as far as possible through the Earth's roof. Come on, bruh. Come on, man. It's 1935, but they still try to act like the Earth's a ball, but they're still telling you what it is, man. If you listen, if you pay attention. Damn. So they seek to rise 14 miles or more, not to set an altitude record, but to penetrate as far as possible through the Earth's roof of air and get an idea of what lies beyond. Now, we're going to fast forward into young dropper on the balcony. He's dropping on, on those nukes that they were putting up, that Operation Fishbowl. I just kind of want to pay attention to, again, the supreme team of NASA, right? The supreme dream team of NASA. Who started it, how it got started, and, just look at it with a dragonfly perspective. But pay attention, even in the 1930s, they were, letting you know that there's a roof. A roof of air, a roof of a blanket, a roof of a shell, It's saying get a good idea what's beyond this roof. They want to get out, right? So if the balloon reaches the height of 14 miles, more than 95% of the Earth's air will lie below it. More than a score of instruments will be carried aloft to make scientific studies. The light of the sun, which makes our own life possible on Earth, can be studied much more accurately from stratosphere, because much of its ultraviolet light cannot penetrate to the Earth through the roof of air. So when HaWah say, man, I'm going to put that light on you, that gamma radiation, whatever they want to call it, what does it say in Zechariah 12? Noggin sparking off, running like sparks. Because that melanin now is starting to play scientifically. It's something that they don't understand what's going to happen when that ultraviolet light hits the melanin, right? In code, though. Coded up. You got to be coded up. You got to be at a certain frequency, right? So that you can tune into the frequency of above the roof, right? And if there's a roof, that means there's a creator. They want to know what's beyond the roof. But then they want to act like there ain't no creator, like there's a big bang, yada, yada, yada. They want to know what's beyond the roof. They want to go 14 miles so that they can see what's beyond the Earth's roof of ether. Because it's all about the ether. What's it say? Stratosphere flight will seek to wrest secrets from ether. Shout out to the ether squad. Keeping the wheel flowing at 432, the drop radio. Tune in, tune up, and surf the wave. Download the app and just, enjoy the flow of these great educators, Drop Nation, man. These great cons that are bringing you not just the information, but the vibration, the music, the poetry, you know what I'm saying? Just the the frequency you need, man, to get through what you're going through and keep the investigation going, man, and keep the water flow, you know what I mean? So, out to the Ether Squad and the Water to the Dragon sponsors that allow us to do what we do and break bread with our entire Ether Squad, man. So, it feels so good, man, to do this with my Nagas, you know what I'm saying, to grow with my Nagas. And your support allows us to pop off because they popping off in the stratosphere to find the secrets of the ether. We already in the ether, man. Tune in, tune up, man. They want to know secrets, man, right? So, you know, this is all real interesting stuff, especially when they're talking about the Earth's roof and like this is some major proof, like you saw that other photo. Right? So, all of us sometimes have wondered what the Earth looks like from great height in the air, and whether or not we could actually see the curvature, or excuse me, the curving edge of the Great Ball. During the stratosphere fight, the crew will photograph the Earth directly below from various heights and also will try to get pictures that will show Earth's curvature on the horizon, photographic proof that the world is round. So this is supposed to bring back photographic proof of rotundity, of curvature. And you telling me this is what they brought back, boss? Brought back, boss. How dare you, man? You brought back a black line, a straight black line, and some fuzzy whiteness coming, and you said, look, boss, it's a curve, boss. I wonder if your lenses were curved. That's what Amadeo Geniini, Words Beyond Pole would say. This is all lens deception. Fake ass curvature, fake ass fisheye lenses, man. All right, man. I'm out of here, boss. Just know they trying to, get past the roof, right? The roof is on fire. Samples of air will be brought back from the stratosphere to see if the upper air is composed of the same gases as the surface of the Earth. But yet they went to the moon, but yet they ain't been back in 50 years. Who started NASA, man? Who popped this off, man? They just trying to figure out the stratosphere, what type of air is up there. I say, Halal, HaWah. If you can't figure out what kind of air you breathing, what kind of ether you in, it means you are in a flow. You are in a creation. You need to humble out and figure out your purpose. They want to get through the roof. They want to know if it's possible to penetrate as far as possible through the Earth's roof. I love the top down. She said, you know the definition of a roof is in 1828, boss? Right, the cover. Yeah. The cover, the canopy, right, the tent. Isaiah 40, stretch it out like a canopy, like a tent. That's not a ball. It's not a spinning ball. Not with foundations. You gotta humble out, Khan. You gotta humble out. Because it's gonna be a slippery ride if you are holding on to lies, man. Your ego is not bigger than these lies, man. Your ego is not bigger than these lies. These lies are heavyweight. You gotta let them go. HaWah's telling you they slipping it out. You don't feel like you're spinning. You see the same stars every night as your grandparents, as their grandparents, as their grandparents. You never got no new stars by now. That means you ain't going nowhere, boss. It's the same stars, man. Same constellations, right? But you spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. But you traveling at 67,000 miles per hour, boss. It's the same stars. That means they are foundational to your plane of existence. They are fastened in the firmament. Oh, we could talk space loops. We could talk fourth dimensional, quantum teleportation. We could talk quantum observation, the meaning of a witness. the collapsing of the wave pattern. Right now we got to see clearly. We are firm, fixed, and immovable. The cover or upper part of a house, they want to get through the roof, right? They want to know if they can penetrate past the roof. The cover, well, they say cover of air, wink, wink, consisting of rafters covered with boards, a cover, you know what I'm saying? A vault. This is an interesting one right here, right? Like a firmament, like a vault, an arch. Interior of a vault as the roof of heaven. Now, where would they be getting a roof of heaven from? Is there a roof on a ball? I'll wait. Fall back. Is there a roof on a ball? You covered in a roof? Now you gotta prove how all this stratosphere is not getting sucked into the vacuum of space. Oh, because of gravity, the God of gravity, right? You gotta believe in that God. It's your God because you gotta believe in gravity. And it's a theory, not a law. In science, theory of relativity, theory of gravity. So look, man, where are they getting this from in 1828? That there's a roof of heaven. The vault is the roof of heaven. When they're talking roofs and stratospheres, they're talking roof of heaven. They're not talking about roof of air. They try to play it off. When they're talking about, we're going to go 14 miles or more, not to set an altitude record, has to penetrate as far as possible through the Earth's roof. When they're talking about the blanket of air that surrounds our Earth is like a roof. Roof, 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 roof. Where them dogs at? There's a lot of roofing going on. The roof of heaven is the vault. The vault? Let there be a vault between the waters to separate water from water. I'm out of here, boss. I'm out of here, babe. The vault, the vault, the vault. Activate Birdman hand rub, man. Oh yeah. That's how we feeling. It's a victory lap. So HaWah tie battle, you sparking this off. You're always sparking it off in the copper thread and in real time, you know what I'm saying? So, HaWah, Ahab to you, man. And, look, we talking vaults, we talking roofs, they're trying to blast through it, but you see that they've already been trying to blast through. We read Worlds Beyond the Poles, 20s and 30s. They're doing stratosphere tests to prove the opposite. It's a whole team proving that the Earth is still firm, fixed, and movable. The whole team proving that the Creator exists, because there's a vault between the waters to separate water from water. They talk about the upper air. They mean the water. They mean the ether, right? Ain't they talking ether? Could have sworn it was an ether. Ain't they talking ether? When they talk roof? Come on, man. Stratosphere flight will seek to wrest secrets from the ether. Not only are they talking ether, they're trying to get the secrets. The secrets of HaWah, of the ether, of the roof, of the vault. What's a vault? What's a vault? A continued arc. I beat it out, HaWah said, with my right hand, right? HaWah, I beat it out. This is a great work of our Creator. to deny our Creator. Creator got to make great work to show you that you are in a creation, an arched roof, roof of air, oh, various kinds, circular. Yeah, a lot of times what they mistake as curvature is coming from the roundness of the arch, but it doesn't mean that we're on a round ball. The arch is rounded. The arch is circular. I walk on the circle. It's not walking on a ball. It's walking on the vaulted arch in Isaiah chapter 40. Go get it, man. You know, we've been getting it. We've been getting it. Okay. Yeah, to form a vault or to cover with a vault. Yeah, man. All right. Now, it's always interesting to see what's hidden in there, right? And love to the tip block. To leap or to bound, to jump, to spring. Leaps and bounds. You know, you wonder what's bounded. Because on one end, yeah, it's a vault of heaven, but what's it separating? Why is there waters from waters, right? And as we see 440's been able to rain, the hijack's been able to pop off, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is a form of discipline for us to be over here in this dimension dealing with all this hijack and static. You know, we must be getting something out of this. You know, we came here to train. Like, you don't go to the gym and not lift no weights. You don't like that burn maybe, but you're going to have to love that burn if you want to get the results. And we've been in the furnace, my nigga, because the vault is also a repository for the dead. We always say, is this a state of hell? Because it ain't heaven if you ain't got your land. It ain't heaven if you ain't got true peace and shalom. Where you're not protected, your children aren't protected, you still working for the man, you still working for the paycheck, this money. That's a state of hell, right? So we know there's levels to this, but this is, in the sense, a repository for the dead, even with the birth certificates and all that other stuff, right? So we are, you know, the vault is separating something. And we have to get our frequency up so that we can connect to what's above this vault, right? This is what they're trying to get out, but this is where you're from. You're from the upper room, the upper air, the upper ether. You're from the throne room of HaWah. You're from that. You don't belong here forever. You know, you don't have to mourn over the dead. We don't belong here forever. But here we can have our connection and, you know, learn to climb back up together and keep our code together and get in frequency together so that when that roof is open, you know, we don't have to be with the dead no more. That roof could stay open, you know, that water, we can get that water, that upper water, you know what I'm saying? We can get that upper water above the arched roof. Above the cover, what is it covering? It's the upper part of the house, man. Who's in the upper part of the house? Let there be a vault between the waters to separate waters from the waters. And who's in the upper room? The upper room? You already know, man. Isaiah 40, man, and I'm going to let Young Dropper take the wheel, man. It's always great, man, to have references, you know what I'm saying, to not just, you know, my work, your work, man. You know what I'm saying? Drop Nation's work. And it's a time capsule, man. Y'all been getting them ether packs. A lot of these videos are preserved on these flash drives, on these packs. And it's your way of supporting us, but really just supporting that the information continues to be passed on, whether we do it in a book form or, hey, it's 2023. You know, we put it on ether packs, we put it on flash drives. Our music's on flash drives. Our videos are on flash drives. So look out for Ether Pack 3, Preston Pack 3. We're going to keep it going for y'all, man. And this is our way of preserving the drop, man. Even stuff like this, you know, we don't know how long they're going to keep stuff like this available for our children and all that. So they're going to have to get the drop and keep transferring the drop, keep updating the drop. And, you know, they're going to have to know the truth, man. We all going to have to continue, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let's get it from here, man. So Isaiah 40:22. It is he that sits above the circle of the earth, right? So this is also translated as the vault of heaven. And then they say, oh, this is a ball. See, look, it's a ball. Circle is not ball. Because in Hebrew, circle is ka'ug. Ka'ug. So they're not saying ball because they say ball. But not here. You're going to find balls. You know, they're going to transfer thing as ball, but circle is circle, man. He that sits above the circle, right, from a bird's eye view looking down. Back it up. Know you not, hear you not. Has it not been told from the beginning? Have you not understood from the foundations of the earth? What ball will have foundations? You're spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. You're moving at 67,000 miles per hour. You're not foundational. You're hurling through outer space, right? But you still see the same constellations that your great grandmama saw. Your great granddaddy saw these same constellations and stars. But you're hurling through space at 67,000 miles per hour. Google, how fast is Earth moving? 67,000 miles per hour, my nigga. Spinning at over 1,000 miles per hour. Google, how fast is Earth spinning? Earth spins on its axis at about 1,000 miles per hour. You feel this spinning? You feel all this movement? You see foundations? Show me that science experiment where you still have foundations while throwing the shit out of a round ball. Throw a curveball because it's spinning. It better be a curveball. And show me where the foundations are. Y'all better stop tripping, man. We better stop. We better than this, man. We are better than this, my nigga. As a people, we are better than this, man. And who's NASA? Who founded NASA? Let's get it, young dropper. Who founded NASA, man? Let's get back to the balcony, man. Before I go crazy. Have you not understood the foundations of the earth? It is he, HaWah, that sits above the circle, the vault of heaven, the vault of earth. And the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers. You know why? Because he's looking down on you from above, right? Let's go. Everybody, he's looking down at you. Think he's. How could HaWah, how could the Creator look down on everybody if you're on a ball? Which way is up? Everybody on the ball will point up. So which part of them get to see the Creator? And is the ball still spinning while HaWah's looking down on you like a grasshopper? Is the ball still spinning? How can HaWah focus on you while you're spinning at 1,000 miles per hour if he's looking down on you? Oh, he's just the Creator. He can't even see everybody at the same time. You can't see under the ball and on top of the ball at the same time? That don't make no sense. But if HaWah is staring down at a firm, fixed, and immovable earth, a stationary earth, everyone could look up at the same time, and he could look down on you as grasshoppers that stretch out the heavens as a curtain or a roof, boss. Some translations say canopy, right? And spreads them out as a tent to dwell in. That is a description right in your face bone of the earth you live in. All the way back to the foundations. We see the roof, right? We see the vault of heaven, circle of the earth. If you're over the circle, you're now in the heavens, man. Looking down and the inhabitants thereof were as grasshoppers. Obviously, that's you're looking down on something. You're not looking up and they're grasshoppers, you're looking down. And you're seeing down at the same time because down is the same for everybody on a stationary plane. Say it with me, man. Down is the same on a stationary plane. HaLal. And up is the same on a stationary plane. It's not confusion. It's not confusing. You're not going at 67,000 miles per hour, my nigga. And HaWah's looking down on you like grasshoppers. Look at this. This is what you'll see. Spinning, right? And we see clearly, man. This is what we... So the upper part of the house is the... the curtain. Is the curtain. Stretches out the heavens as a curtain. To stretch out the heavens is Shamayim as a curtain. Then we can get deeper into what the firmament really is. Is it Leviathan scales? Is it Leviathan scales? It's another point, right? Is Leviathan the firmament? You know, we've read that in some sacred texts. That Leviathan was turned into the canopy to shield Israel and all that. So this canopy is really to shield you, you know. These arms around you is really for the tribe. They're all living in your tent, right? To this day. Because Yeezy said it. Yeezy said it. Man, let's go. Young Dropper, take the wheel like you always do around this time. Hold up, man. That's what I want to pop off. Okay, that's part 2. Over here, man. Let's get this piece right here, man. This is some dribbity drop off the balcony. 2016. All right. Okay, we popping off. Oh, yeah, that's that space loop, man. So just remember, vault. Now you're connected with the 4th dimension, right? Now we could talk about time travel and space loops. But yeah. Let's get back in it. I have fun with the flat draw 101. It's one of my passions, man, to investigate this particular field of study. And you got to start somewhere, man. And this is a great place to start. The secret history of NASA. Young Dropper, take the wheel.
Your soul that stepped on the moon had planted a Scottish Rite Freemason flag on there. From George Washington that was laying at the cornerstones of the White House to many U.S. presidents like Harry S. Truman, many have been Freemasons. So to fake an Apollo moon landing, when Kenny S. Kleineck managed the Apollo space missions from the beginning until retiring to Lockheed Corp in 1981. He is a 33-degree Mason, and for his great work at NASA and the Apollo fake moon missions, he then became the Sovereign Grand Commander and titular head of all Scottish Rite Masons throughout the world. Make no mistake, the powers that run NASA are co-joined, run, and controlled by the military and secret societies of the New World Order, and always have been in modern times. Using Hollywood, whose name comes from the holly tree used by the ancient Druids for black magic, as well as known celebrities to promote their sun-worshipping Horus snake ways, as they show off their serpent tongues to mock those without eyes to see or ears to hear the hidden truth about what is really going on in our world today. There is one more critical piece to the founding of NASA. Jack Whiteside Parsons, who JPL, Jack Parsons Laboratories was named, was considered the father of rocketry. Also joining him were some nefarious characters at the founding of NASA. We see the complete dream team here of Aleister Crowley, very well-known occultist, dark magic, black magic person, Jack Parsons, who we just mentioned, Hubbard, L. Ron Hubbard, founder of Scientology, Werner von Braun, V2 rocket program, Nazi Germany, and the fantasy creator Walt Disney. Now looking at Whiteside Parsons, he was an occultist, black magician, Satanist, head of...
Why would Disney have anything to do with NASA? They got to get your children early. They got to put them balls in their head early. They got to give them that image of the Baal on every cartoon. They got to give it to them early. Black magic.
Ordo Templi Orientis, California, Agape Lodge. Crowley, 33-degree Freemason, leader of the Ordo Templi Orientis, black magician, Satanist, the Beast 666. L. Ron Hubbard, mass mind controller, black magician, Satanist, founder of the Church of Scientology cult. Werner von Braun, we talked about, and Mr. Walt Disney, who everybody knows about, who's also a known Illuminati and helped the pedophile Magic Kingdom 33 and all the underground caves of Disney and the mind control programming. So it's quite a group that founded NASA here. Right. Additionally, in 1958, we find that the first solar panels were created. Again, the Arctic Treaty System was founded. The United Nations was founded. Few know that the U.S. deployed it.
Read it. You just mentioned the treaty again, the Arctic Treaty, Antarctic Treaty. All these things started being put in place around the same time. You got NASA talking about going to the moon. You got all this stuff cracking at the same time.
The same damn time.
Copernicus comes in with this model. You got the globes in the school. How can you defend that? How can you defend something that was pushed by the Church of England?
Think about it.
London, Europe, Copernicus, Newton. And then read your scriptures and see firm, fixed, and immovable about 5 to 7 times. How many repetitions do you need? How many more witnesses do you need?
Let's go.
Atomic weapons are said to have deployed atomic weapons in 1958 in Korea at the end of the Korean War, again, probably to promote the Red Scare. And then we have the Van Allen Belt discovery by satellite explorers 1 and 3. And then very interestingly, the United States completed 6 high-altitude nuclear tests in 1958. They raised a number of questions. According to the U.S. government report, quote, previous high-altitude nuclear tests, teeth in orange and yucca, plus 3 Arca shots.
Didn't we just, hey, look, Aqua Thai battle got the drop. Aqua Thai got the drop. Didn't we just read out that Sunday paper, whatever? They're testing for the ether, stratosphere, trying to get past the roof in 1935. So you see where it's starting from. They're still trying to get out 30 years later. They can't get past the Van Allen belt. That is the firmament.
Shots were poorly instrumented.
Because they just discovered it.
Hastily executed. Despite thorough studies of the meager data, present models of these bursts are sketchy and tentative.
These high-altitude tests are them blasting through. They're trying to test what the firmament was made out of.
Bang.
When I tell you about the vibrational layer, you think it's a myth. They're trying to blow it up to get chunks off. What's the result? Maybe a meteorite. Maybe some iron. Unless you find an iron naturally on Earth somewhere that I'm not looking. So these tests are specifically for them blasting nuclear bombs to test not the ionosphere, but the firmament itself.
When they got up to the Van Allen belts, did they lose communications? 1961, nuclear test ban is lifted with Russia to test high-altitude weapons. Now, why did they lift the ban when we're beginning to enter into a space race? The Antarctic Treaty System is ratified and signed. The ASPA, which is the Antarctic Special Protection Agency, could be protecting the HART facilities down there. JFK announced a space mission to the moon. Cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin became the first human in space. Alan Shepard, the first American in space in a 15-minute suborbital flight. And few are aware that Russia is said to have launched an Explorer probe to Venus. And even fewer are aware that in a speech, JF Kennedy stated that there's already a satellite from the United States heading to Venus in 1961.
You'll be sure we are behind, and will be behind for some time in manned flight. But we do not intend to stay behind, and in this decade we shall make up and move ahead. This is a breathtaking pace, and such a pace cannot help but create new ills, as it dispels old. New ignorance, new problems, new dangers.
So, nuking the dome, 1962, Operation Dominic. Operation Dominic was a series of 31 nuclear test explosions conducted in 1962. It occurred during a period of high Cold War tension between the United States and the Soviet Union. Also, the Bay of Pigs invasion occurred just recently on the lines as well. Khrushchev announced the end of the 3-year moratorium on nuclear testing on August 30th, 1961. And immediately thereafter, on September 1st, he initiated a series of tests that included the initiation of SAR bombs up into the upper atmosphere. Kennedy responded immediately by authorizing Operation Dominic, the largest nuclear weapons testing program ever conducted by the United States, and the last atmospheric test series conducted by the U.S., as a limited test ban treaty was signed in Moscow the following year. So this small window, they start blasting up in space with thermonuclear weapons. What were they doing? Why were they doing this? What were they trying to find? Dominic was the largest and most elaborate testing operation ever conducted. The diagnostic stations receiving data from the test covered more than 15 million square miles, 28,000 military and civilian personnel, 200 tons of supplies were shipped and airlifted to the test areas. This was a major operation, just like down to the Antarctic. The Thor missile was used to lift warheads into near space to conduct the high-altitude nuclear test explosions. These shots were collectively called Operation Fishbowl. Now, do you remember in your mythology who Thor was?
Listen up, back to Greek mythology.
They recall.
Now you see him slaying a dragon with this hammer, huh? So you know what this is about. You already know, but hey, free Phineas, man. You already know what this is about. Hijack City.
Call that Thor in ancient Nordic mythology is the red-bearded son of Odin, of the Norse Hercules. He's armed with his war hammer and a belt of strength, and he tends to flatten whatever grows inflated beyond natural limits, particularly greedy giants. His chariot is pulled by the goats, Tooth Grinder, and Snarltooth, and his lightning is located in the place of might. Thor safeguards important demarcations while breaking open those that unduly block or limit.
Dominic, D-O-M-I-N-I-C. Look up Dominic, D-O-M-I-N-I-C. From the late Latin name Dominicus, meaning of the Lord. Fishbowl was part of Operation Dominic. It looks like they are sending high-altitude nuclear bombs to test the fishbowl of the Lord.
Come on,
bruh.
Just stop for a second. You can't make this shit up. It's called Operation Fishbowl. I just explained you live in a tent. Fine, call it a fishbowl. What's in a fishbowl? Water. That makes more sense, right? Water's above, water's below. So there's water above that they're shooting into, like a fishbowl, to test out the waters above.
Young Dropper.
I can't make this up.
I need y'all to just keep digging on it, man. I'm going to fall back with Young Dropper. I'm going to pull him back right quick, man, because Y'all just gotta go get that drop, man. I'll leave the link to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep staying up, choosing up, and suiting up, man, at all costs, man. Keeping it cold.